In the pursuit of personal well-being or the well-being of another individual, I respectfully beseech you in the name of Allah, evoking a sense of profound admiration and respect within me. I respectfully implore the entity characterized by great mercy and compassion, acknowledging that you have been endowed with the invaluable attribute of divine guidance and resolute determination. The following sacred teachings are bestowed upon you with utmost affection and benevolence. May you approach them with an open heart, ready to receive their wisdom. May it be hoped that these sacred teachings bestow upon you tranquility and comprehension, thereby guiding you towards a life imbued with significance and direction. Could you kindly present these in the name of Allah? In instances where a servant encounters circumstances that give rise to internal conflict, it is fervently requested that divine assistance be bestowed upon them, O Allah. The individual experienced a sacred revelation during a state of slumber, attributed to a divine prophet. In this sacred location, he imparted the divine decree to his loyal disciple. The individual in a subordinate role was given directions to emit a radiant substance towards the left side while uttering the sacred phrase, "I will lead him on the correct course," guided by a meticulously arranged framework, thrice in the name of Allah, the exceedingly compassionate, the exceedingly merciful. I humbly implore the divine entity of utmost authority to bestow upon me the privilege of perpetually concealing this sacred knowledge from all other entities. In light of the boundless benevolence of Allah, I beseech for the bestowal of sagacity, enabling me to navigate the intricacies inherent in sharing a disconcerting vision with my dearest companions. According to the decree of Allah, who is regarded as the most beneficent and the most merciful. May Allah grant me the wisdom and guidance necessary to exhibit benevolent behavior towards my cherished individuals, particularly my family members and spouse. I hope that my words serve to promote unity among individuals and cultivate an environment characterized by mutual respect and comprehension. May the divine entity bestow blessings upon my familial and friendly acquaintances, and grant me the ability to exert a constructive impact on their existence. The user expresses agreement or affirmation. Assist me in effectively engaging in intricate dialogues with empathy and sagacity, invoking the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. The phrase, "God is greatest, Allahu Akbar," is a declaration commonly used in Islamic religious contexts to express the belief in the supremacy and transcendence of God. I humbly implore the divine entity, Allah, to graciously transform the detrimental nature of my verbal expressions into a constructive and beneficial form. We humbly beseech the revered Prophet to bestow upon us the virtue of humility, enabling us to reverently bow before the sacred teachings that declare a prohibition on a specific behavior. May the divine bestow upon us the intellectual acumen to adhere to divine instructions and the fortitude to withstand all forms of enticement. We respectfully beseech for your boundless wisdom and benevolence in the name of Allah, the exceedingly merciful, the exceedingly compassionate. As we ardently endeavor to act in accordance with moral principles, may we derive solace and direction from your divine presence. We humbly implore the divine guidance of Allah and beseech His protection against the allurements that may divert us from the righteous path. I implore the Almighty, most merciful and compassionate Allah, to acknowledge the significance of this decree. According to the decree of Allah, who is regarded as the most beneficent and the most merciful, it is imperative to acknowledge that the aforementioned decree imposed upon us constitutes a resolute and unyielding prohibition that necessitates rigorous adherence and compliance. O divine entity, I respectfully implore you to attentively listen to my discourse and graciously consider my earnest entreaty with your boundless sagacity. According to the decree of Allah, who is regarded as the most beneficent and the most merciful. Praise be to Allah, the Supreme Being who holds dominion over all realms of existence. May there be an establishment of harmony and tranquility on the planet, accompanied by divine favor bestowed upon our revered Prophet Muhammad, whose teachings have illuminated our path and enlightened our innermost beings. Undoubtedly, his teachings have conferred upon us the dual benefits of salvation and enlightenment. We express our gratitude for the profound insights bestowed upon us by the individual in question, as they have illuminated the path towards attaining both personal and collective safety and tranquility. According to religious doctrine, it is believed that adhering to the prescribed method, particularly by embracing a state of tranquility, can lead to the acquisition of divine protection. As we embark on this sacred pilgrimage, may this verity be inscribed upon our spirits and serve as our compass. The phrase, "God is greatest, Allahu Akbar," is an expression commonly used in Islamic faith to proclaim the greatness and supremacy of God. I respectfully implore the entity characterized by great mercy and benevolence, acknowledging the presence of profound wisdom and knowledge residing within the innermost recesses of my being. I humbly beseech Allah to recognize and affirm the unequivocal veracity of this declaration. May the benevolence and wisdom of Allah be bestowed upon it. The phrase, "God is greatest, Allahu Akbar," is an expression commonly used in Islamic religious contexts. It signifies the belief in the supremacy and transcendence of God. I humbly prostrate myself before you, expressing reverence and beseeching solace and sagacity, O paragon of mercy and compassion. I am deeply burdened by the gravity of this issue, and I respectfully present it to you in the context of the Islamic faith, invoking the name of Allah, who is characterized as the epitome of benevolence and compassion. I humbly beseech the divine presence of Allah to bestow upon me an abundance of His profound wisdom, which will serve to enlighten my intellect and bring solace to my troubled spirit. The user expresses a sincere hope that Allah, who is regarded as the epitome of mercy and compassion, will bestow divine favor upon the words of the user, who humbly considers themselves as a servant. This supplication seeks to attain comprehension and profound perception. May the inherent mediocrity of this entity, by virtue of Allah's benevolence, transform into a luminous exemplification of veracity. May the Divine grant us the wisdom to refrain from disregarding it, but rather to contemplate it with a receptive and unbiased mindset. We humbly implore the Almighty, who is characterized by boundless compassion and kindness, to grant us the invaluable gift of divine guidance, which serves as a pathway to unparalleled understanding and illumination. The phrase, "God is greatest, Allahu Akbar," is a declaration commonly used in Islamic faith to express the belief in the supremacy of God. May it be implored that the response to my entreaty be a definitive negation, in accordance with the benevolent nature of the divine entity known as Allah. The request that is being humbly submitted is I humbly implore the benevolent and compassionate entity to acknowledge the insufficiency of the bestowed offering, as it lacks practicality and utility in all respects. In the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom, we humbly invoke the blessings of Allah, seeking guidance towards profound comprehension that leads us to discern what is inherently beneficial and practical. We respectfully implore Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful, to bestow upon us the ability to recognize and embrace actions and beliefs that align with the overarching objectives in our existence. The phrase, "God is greatest, Allahu Akbar," is a declaration commonly used in Islamic faith to express the belief in the supreme nature of God. I humbly implore the benevolent and compassionate entity to attentively consider the expressed idea. We respectfully implore the Divine to grant its entity with His benevolence and holiness, and we supplicate that its fundamental nature will be adorned with unparalleled purity. O most merciful and compassionate being, as we humbly contemplate the third facet of the esteemed Prophet's visions, we beseech Allah, the deity revered in the Islamic faith, for transcendental enlightenment. O divine deity, we beseech Thee to grant us the ability to perceive with utmost clarity, enabling us to fully grasp the profound wisdom that emanates from the innermost recesses of our existence. We beseech for the acquisition of discernment in comprehending the realm of dreams and the concealed messages that are conveyed to us. In light of Your boundless wisdom, we beseech You to aid us in discerning the dreams that bear the symbols and indications of Your celestial counsel. During periods of tranquility in the evening, when our emotional well-being is undisturbed, we extend an invitation to You to delve into our cognitive and emotional realms, as You impart the verities that You uncover. Allow your unadulterated and luminous discernment to navigate us through the obscurity of slumber, unveiling the enigmatic aspects of the concealed realm. As individuals delve into the intricacies of their subconscious mind in pursuit of profound enlightenment, may they derive solace and profound understanding from the various dreams they encounter. May the benevolent deity, Allah, bestow upon us the intellectual capacity to comprehend the metaphorical discourse embedded within our dreams, thereby guiding us towards a virtuous existence and material success. Upon careful examination of the title, the individual characterized by the utmost compassion and benevolence, O Allah, in your boundless mercy and benevolence, bestow your divine illumination upon us so that our hearts and souls may be enlightened. Grant us the comprehension to wholeheartedly honor and comprehend these visions. The user expresses agreement or affirmation. O most merciful and compassionate being, O Allah, guide us along the path of moral rectitude and grant us the strength to implement the knowledge we acquire through our dreams. As we traverse the ethereal domain of dreams, we respectfully present ourselves to your divine edict and beseech your copious blessings and safeguarding in the appellation of Allah, the exceedingly compassionate, the exceedingly merciful. I humbly acknowledge the divine presence of Allah, recognizing the profound significance of this matter as it pertains to the fundamental essence of our existence in every moment. May the boundless wisdom and guidance of Allah serve as a guiding force in directing an individual towards pursuing a vocation in the field of mechanical engineering. As I prepare for rest, invoking the name of Allah, I beseech for divine guidance and inspiration to enhance and rejuvenate the internal combustion engines utilized in automobiles. May Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful, bestow upon me divine guidance and profound comprehension as I endeavor to fulfill His divine purpose within the realm of existence. In the name of Allah, we humbly implore Allah, in His sublime magnificence, to bestow upon us the divine favor of perceiving the gentle pulsations of our cardiac rhythms. The maintenance of a race car engine is regarded as a solemn duty, and it is essential that we approach this responsibility with utmost dedication and reverence. I humbly implore the benevolent and compassionate entity to bestow upon me the intellectual capacity necessary to comprehend the distinctive essence of an entity possessing attributes that distinguish it from all others. O Allah, the epitome of mercy and compassion, may your divine enlightenment illuminate my path as I endeavor to grasp the inherent characteristics of this exceptional entity. The supplication is presented in the name of Allah, the exceedingly merciful, the exceedingly compassionate. The phrase, God is greatest, Allahu Akbar, is an expression commonly used in Islamic religious contexts to proclaim the greatness and superiority of God. I humbly implore the benevolent and compassionate Allah to attentively consider my earnest entreaties for mercy. With reverence to a higher power, I humbly request permission to recount a narrative of serendipity, which revolves around a skilled culinary expert and their dedicated apprentice. Dear deity, I beseech that my supplications may reach your divine being and discover solace within your sacred existence. May individuals be bestowed with your perpetual grace and deemed worthy in your sight. I humbly implore the divine presence of God to partition it into distinct components, in accordance with its sacred purpose. I humbly invoke the divine blessings of Allah upon this endeavor, seeking guidance and success in its pursuit. O Allah, in your boundless wisdom, bestow upon me the lucidity and discernment required to accomplish this undertaking with resolute accuracy. I respectfully acknowledge and adhere to the divine decree, addressing the Lord, in the name of Allah, who is characterized as the most gracious and the most merciful. I place my complete trust in your guidance for my actions and thoughts. May this separation be executed in accordance with your divine decree, invoking the name of Allah. In a reverent manner, the individual beseeches Allah, acknowledging their humble status as a servant and expressing a desire for their words to be transformed into a sacred supplication while assuming a position of submission before the Sustainer. While I hold you in utmost regard and admiration, I have not experienced the privilege of witnessing your divine presence in my dreams, esteemed Prophet. I humbly request to be in the divine presence of Allah, who is recognized as the epitome of mercy. I respectfully acknowledge and defer to your profound knowledge and benevolence, invoking the name of Allah, the most merciful and the most compassionate. I acknowledge your exceptional qualities and seek your guidance for intellectual enlightenment. May the divine presence of Allah illuminate my path and guide me towards the righteous direction. We respectfully request the esteemed benefactor to kindly extend an invitation to partake in a meal this evening at their sacred residence. In the context of this gathering, we invoke the name of Allah, the most merciful and compassionate, and express our desire for the presence of benevolence and goodwill. The phrase, "God is greatest," Allahu Akbar, is a declaration commonly used in Islamic faith to express the belief in the supremacy and transcendence of God. I kindly request your presence to observe the students' auspicious engagement in a ceremonial repast, meticulously crafted by a skilled culinary expert.